Hello and welcome. My name is Kim with Lotus Within Yoga, and thank you for joining me for day 21 of my 30 Days of Yoga Challenge. Today we're going to get moving, but we're going to stay relatively low on the mat. No props are necessarily required, but as always, if you would like to have them nearby, that's great. So you can take a moment, get yourself ready, and then we'll get started. Okay, so we're going to start today's class in a butterfly fold. So coming to find a comfortable seat, we're going to take the soles of our feet together and allow the knees to drop open. And your feet can be as close or far away from your pelvis as feels close to you. This is your practice. Please listen to the signals that your body is telling you. And once you've found a comfortable place to begin, you can start to walk the hands forward, and then when you can no longer go any farther forward, you can allow that spine to round. Even maybe shining your palms up to the sky, just to encourage a little bit more of surrender. And as you take your first few big deep breaths here on your mat, setting your to-do list off to the side, either the things that you need to get done or the things that you have done, they'll all be waiting for you after your yoga class. I really encourage you to take this moment for yourself. And if you find your mind wandering, just gently guide it back to your breath. All right, so from here you can start to turn your hands into the mat as you slowly coming up. We're going to come into a seated side bend from here. So taking the right leg out to the side and the sole of the left foot can come to the inner thigh. Really, it depends on how it feels for you, how wide you take this. So try not to do any comparing to anybody who's next to you. And we're going to reach our right arm down our right leg as we stretch our left arm up and over, ensuring that we're not caving in, turning our body forward. We really kind of want to think about shining our heart up to the sky, rolling that shoulder back and down the body, really rooting through that left hip. Feeling this wonderful side stretch here. We're going to come into a baby wild thing from here. So as you inhale, coming back up, we're going to take our left hand kind of off behind us, and we're going to swoop our right arm up and over, pulling the hips up, pressing into the thighs, stretching the body nice and long. And exhale, you go ahead and come back down. This time you're going to take your chest and point it towards those right toes, and then fold down the leg. Not forcing yourself into any position, but just allowing the body to fold forward. And breathe. Today we'll be working with the affirmation, I am deserving of a calm and peaceful life. I am deserving of a calm and peaceful life. I think we all are. One more big breath here. Excellent. Slowly pressing into the mat, allowing the chest to raise. Let's go ahead and do that sequence on the other side. So we're going to start to bend in through the right knee. Sole of the foot comes to the inside of that left thigh as it comes out to the side. Starting with that side bend, we're going to reach our left arm down our left leg. Right arm comes up and over, really stretching into the side body here, as if you could shine and turn your chest to face the ceiling. Rooting in through that right hip. And breathe. I am deserving of a calm and peaceful life. One more big breath here. And as you exhale, you can allow your body to come up. We're going to root our right hand in behind us as we swing our left arm up and over, raising through the hips, really pressing, creating a nice long line through the left side body. And exhale, come bring your seat back as we turn our chest to face our left toes and then fold down. Again, not pulling ourselves into any sort of particular shape. Just really enjoying the stretch into the low back, into the hamstrings, maybe even into your glutes. Noticing if those shoulders are starting to roll up and come up underneath your ears, and gently guide them back down. One more big inhale and exhale here. You can press into the mat to bring yourself back through center, and let's meet in all fours. Tabletop pose. So stacking your shoulders above your wrists and your hips above your knees. Go through and take a couple cat-cows with your own breath, inhaling, raising the heart and the tailbone up to the sky. And exhale as you tuck the tailbone under, knee or your chin goes to your chest, rounding through the spine. And really noticing any sticky spots without judgment, just noticing. Sending nourishing breaths to wherever there might be tenderness. And go ahead, do one more wherever you are. Excellent. We're going to do a low lunge from here. So we are going to take our right foot, placing it in between our hands, stacking our knee over top of our ankle, and then we'll slowly start to come up. All right, so we don't want to be just diving right into our lunge. We want to come out of the lunge ever so slightly, point the tailbone down to the ground, and then start to lunge forward. Really drawing back through the right hip and pressing forward through the left. Hands can be on the hips, heart center, or maybe growing, reaching for the sky as long as those shoulders stay down. Maybe coming into a little back bend from here if you have the space in your low back. You can take your hands to meet and then maybe start to bring the gaze up. I am deserving of a calm and peaceful life. On your exhale, bring your hands back down to frame the foot, and we're going to press back, straightening through that right foot, maybe coming to sit on those left toes, and then we'll fold forward into this nice seated hamstring stretch. Again, shoulders rolling back and down the body, maybe even thinking about pulling and peeling those toes towards your face. Excellent. We're going to bend back in through that right foot, but we're going to have our hands to the inside, maybe even scooching that left knee back. I'm just getting into a little bit of a lizard pose from here. So both hands are on the inside of that right foot. The hips can feel nice and heavy. Maybe a little bit of movement feels good. And maybe just some stillness. And from here, see if you can take your right hand up to your right knee. And if you can, see how it feels to start to stretch and turn the body over to the right. Maybe your hand stays on that right knee, or maybe it stretches up to the sky. Or if you want to get a little bit into the quads, you take that right arm, reaching it behind you, and start to bend in through the left leg. Maybe the toes are there for your hand to grab. Maybe not. That's when those lovely yoga straps come in handy. Excellent. If you have a hold of that back foot, you're going to make sure that you're not going to slingshot it when you let go. So gently letting go and then gently bringing that foot back down. You can come back through center and let's do a pigeon from here. So we're going to allow that right knee to open up to the side, a little bit of external rotation, and start to inch that foot over to the left. Now your shin does not have to be parallel with the front of your mat. I personally like to hug that foot in towards my pelvis, just makes my knee feel a little bit better. You can always take a block to help level out through the hips. You can either stay up in your pigeon pose, or you can start to come down maybe onto your elbows, or maybe even lying flat down. Forehead comes to your hands. And we're just going to hang out here in this pigeon pose for just a few breaths. I am deserving of a calm and peaceful life. Checking back in with your breath. Full inhales, full exhales. Holding our breath helps us absolutely 0% in yoga. Once you start holding your breath, it's time for you to back out of the pose. One more big breath here. If you're down on your forearms, you can gently start to press yourself back up. And we're just going to meet in a quick little child's pose from here. Knees go wide, toes touch, hips back, and stretch your arms forward. Nice long spine. Just noticing how the right hip feels compared to the left. And then let's go ahead and do that on the other side. So when you're ready, you can come back up on all fours. And this time we're going to take our left foot forward in between the hands, stacking the knee over the ankle, and start to come up. Really make sure that you have enough space for your hips. So your stance is about hip width distance apart. If you come up and you find that you're a little unbalanced, make sure you take your feet just a little bit wider. Okay, so from this low lunge, tailbone points down to the ground, and then, lunging forward, pressing forward with the right hip and drawing back through the left to keep that pelvis nice and level. Hands can be to the hips, heart center, or maybe up to the sky, as long as we can keep those shoulder blades back and down the body. And breathe. And maybe if we're looking for just a touch more, seeing how it feels for our body, we can take our hands to meet, and then maybe the gaze starts to climb up the wall into a little mini heart opener. Just making sure that we're not dumping too much into our low back. We don't want any pinching or pain. And as you exhale, coming back down to frame the foot, we're going to extend into that hamstring stretch. So straightening out through that left foot, maybe coming to sit on your right foot. And as you fold forward, peeling those toes back towards your face, and breathe. Okay, you can start to bend back in through that left knee. We're going to come into that lizard pose from here. So we're going to allow the foot to walk over to the side. And we can have both hands onto the inside. I need just a little bit more space. So I'm going to walk my back knee back just a little bit more. And really allow the pelvis and your hips to feel really nice and heavy. Shoulders roll back and down the body. Blocks are always nice here if you're finding it a little bit too far to reach your mat. You can always put blocks underneath your hands. Gives you just a little bit more space. From here, we're going to do our twist. So you can take your left hand to your left knee and start to open up to the left side of the room. Maybe here is good. Or you can see how it feels to stretch your left arm up to the sky. And if you did it on the other side and you're looking for a little bit of a quad stretch, you can take your left hand back behind you. You start to bend through the knee, maybe holding on to the foot. I am deserving of a calm and peaceful life. If you have a hold of the foot, we're going to gently release, but not allow our foot to slingshot back down. Gently bringing that foot back down. We're going to bring our hands back to the inside. We'll take it to pigeon from here. So allow that left knee to drop open as we walk the ankle over to the right, leveling out through the pelvis. Maybe staying upright or using a block underneath the hip to keep those hips level. Or you can start to walk your body down the mat, maybe on your elbows, or maybe bringing your forehead to your hands. And just settling into this pigeon pose, slowing down your heart rate. I am deserving of a calm and peaceful life. One more big deep breath here. And gently pressing into the mat, bringing yourself back up. And this time we can go to sit on our left hip as we swing our right knee around, and we'll come to lay down on our spine. I'm gonna move my mic here. Okay, let's finish it off with one of my faves. Well, my favorite way to finish class. Moving your hips over to the right, allow the knees to drop over to the left. And keep those shoulders nice, ground and rooted. And maybe the gaze goes over the right shoulder. And slowing down. Sending yourself a little note of gratitude for making it here today. Choosing to take care of your body. Making yourself a priority. And slowly, one knee at a time, coming back through center. We're going to take the hips, shift them over to the left, and then allow the knees to drop to the right. Shoulders staying grounded. And maybe the gaze comes over your left shoulder. These recline twists are so soothing for the nervous system. So if you haven't noticed by now, it's usually the way I choose to end class, because I myself find it very, very calming. Okay, one knee at a time, coming back up through center. You can take any last few little movements you wish to before we go into our final resting posture of Shavasana. Either come to knees to chest or a little happy baby. Whatever feels good and nourishing. And when you're ready, go up and take up as much space as you can on your mat. As you settle and find a few moments of quiet surrender, really allowing the body to digest all these movements we've made. Soften through your face, your jaw, breath and surrender. Softly bringing your awareness back to your surroundings, wiggling through the fingers and the toes, going out through the wrists and the ankles, taking your arms overhead for a big good morning stretch. As you bring your knees in towards you, give them a hug, a little squeeze. And softly roll to one side and press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Thank you so much for joining me here, day 21. That means 3 whole weeks of yoga. I really appreciate you guys taking the time and being here and supporting me. Please leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, all the lovely things, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Namaste.